Well, happy hump day to you. Chris Hare here, the world champion crypto cowboy, bringing you your Bitcoin nightly update. And we didn't do anything downside today, so that's pretty promising. We talked in the video last night that I kind of thought the bottom was in, and it's still looking pretty good. So are we ready for that rally? Well, we're going to break it down tonight. I'm going to give you some long range targets. We're going to go through the 4-hour all the way to the weekly chart, and we're going to get to the very bottom of what's happening with Bitcoin. But we'll start off with the crypto fear and greed index tonight, currently at a 24. Yesterday we were at a 20, so this pump has gained some optimism from people. And what I tell you, and I use this because it measures market sentiment. When we're in fear, it's a great time to buy. When we're in greed, it's a great time to sell. So people are scared right now. So I've made some dollar cost average buys, and we'll see how it does. We'll keep up with it. I'm going to show you what I bought and where I put it, and we'll go from there. But I'll do that right now. We'll go over to my BitUnex chart, or my BitUnex exchange. You can see I made a small purchase of Solana, about $61, and a small purchase of Ethereum at $61. That way, we can follow these along and see. You can see Solana's already at 0.18%. ETH's hovering right now, but we're going to retest. So we'll keep up with this. I'll keep letting you guys know, and we'll follow along and see how well it does. But we'll go on over to the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. We'll get started in this thing, figure out exactly where we're going. This measures market liquidity. This is what the market makers use to move the markets. So they draw the markets and they basically chase these pockets of liquidity. These are where your liquidation points are in your short and your long-term trades. So you can see there's a big pocket up here around 108,000, another big one right up here at 112, but we got some pockets below us now. One about 100,004. And then another one down here below the low. But cumulatively, $2.5 billion worth of short liquidations to the top side. Going long, 1.33. So the balance is still to the upside. But I think what they're going to do is they're going to come down and grab these pockets of liquidity for the retest. And then we'll probably get off to the races here. But we'll go on to the charts. We'll figure all that out right now. We'll start off with the 4-hour chart. This is messy. This keeps up with me. This has a lot to do with Elliott wave theory. But you can see from the flash crash and the dump, we've made a lot of downside. But I think the downside's done. I told you guys when we hit the top of these channels, we work our way to the bottom, and that's exactly what we did, and bounced right off the bottom of the channel. So I'm feeling pretty bullish about this, guys. We lost 100,000. The weekly 50 simple moving average sits right in here. It'll show up on the daily, but you can tell we've gone up. Now we're making a retest. If we can hold right here around 100,000, I think we've got a really good opportunity for some upside. But this is why I wait. You wait on this thing to bottom out, come up. There's always a retest, and once it retests, then we can take our longs. Where are we going if we go long? Well, let's talk about it. We got to break out of this descending channel. That's around 109,000. The next stop would be our golden zone to the upside. So around 109,000 to 112,000, we've got to get over this 50 smooth moving average on the daily. That's my big stop, big next stop. If we can get over that, I think we're headed up, guys. 121 to 127 would be our next targets. So that gives you a pretty good idea on the 4-hour. Let's go on out to the daily chart. Here we go. Now then, you'll see these indicators, the little blue and white dots. These are moon phases. And we talked about these during the dump last about 2 weeks ago. And you can see when the moon printed, we got a dump. It's actually right here. We had a pullback, then we moved up and we dumped again. But full moons are usually bullish. I don't know. My buddy Leisure Fish uses these. You'd find him over in the crypto school. He swears by them. I refer to him for confirmation and timing of what's going on, but you can see we've made a run up. So I'm kind of optimistic here that we might have a better run up. We bounced off the 200 smooth moving average. That takes 200 of these candles, puts a fluid line on the chart, works as excellent support and resistance. You can see our daily 50 smooth moving average and our daily 50 simple moving average. They're up here at about 111, 112,000. So I think what we've got to do here, like I said, we've got to break through the top of this daily 50. If we hit this and reject, then I think we're headed to lower targets. So it'll require a different Fibonacci. And then we've got our weekly golden zone down here at around 90 to 85,000. If we lose 85,000, I think we have another conversation about end of cycle, but I'm not prepared to go there yet. So then, What do we need to do? We need to cross the daily 50. We need to consolidate above it. Then we need to head to this daily golden zone, 115 to 120,000. Your daily extensions sit at 133,000 to 143,000. That line's right up on the top of this pennant. So I'm kind of optimistic that that's where we're headed. We go out to the weekly chart. It's going to paint that picture a little better. Headed down to the 50 simple moving average. We've wicked below it, but we've worked our way back up. Currently, we're still above it. But what I'll tell you is we've got 4 more days to close above this. I'm pretty optimistic in that. If we don't, then I think we are looking at lower targets, 94 to 85,000, right along this 50 smooth moving average. If we lose that, then there's another conversation, like I said, we need to have. But I'm optimistic for now. Get above the daily 50 smooth moving average. Long-term weekly targets are 117 to 121, 133 to 144. And you can see there's a little room left in this pennant. Market makers like to fill out about 70 to 80% of these pennants. So it really puts us right in here about 142. I think that's where we top out. Somewhere in this 130 to 140, 125 to 140. I'm going to start pulling profits out of spot bags, and I'll probably be completely out when we get to the top here, because I think that's going to be the end of the run, and then we're going to enter into some kind of bear market. But that gives you a pretty good idea on Bitcoin. We're nearing the end, guys, but I think we've got one more run left in the tank. If we don't, we don't. It's okay. We'll take our profits at the lower high, and we'll cut our losses there. I mean, it is what it is. I took profits at all-time highs several different times, and it's just what you have to do. All of my money, all my initials have been out for a good while now, so it's all free money. I can't really lose, and I'm not going to get greedy. I'm not going to wait and see if we have another higher high. I'm going to take my profits, and I'm going to be happy. Some of these things I've been in for over 3 years. So it's just a good time to take your profit, get out, and then we'll start again on the next bull run. But that's where we're at for tonight. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like it, tap subscribe, hit the bell notification. You'll get updates as soon as we upload a video, and leave us a comment. It helps the YouTube algorithm, and to be honest, I really enjoy reading what you guys have to say. But you'll also find a link to BitUnex in there. Go ahead, and there's a link to my X as well, where I post random thoughts throughout the day. But you'll find all that in my description, and I appreciate you guys watching. Once again, I'm Chris Hare, the Crypto Cowboy. Thanks so much, and we'll see you down the road.